Okay, so hi everyone. Everybody, this is Paolo from IBM.
Paolo just finished his talk on financial literacy, so let's hear more from him.
Now, Fintech for many is about empowering people to do banking. For me, Fintech is about empowering financially literate people because we are giving people means to do banking by themselves, but we also need to transfer to them knowledge about the reasons why they have to do banking, the reason why they need to have a certain financial behavior, and therefore the capability of checking the outputs.
Yep.
The core of my Fintech thought leadership in IBM worldwide has been about the digitization of knowledge. That means we cannot think of Fintech as a way to digitize products. We cannot think of Fintech as a technology show. We need to think of Fintech as a way to transfer into people, especially millennials, more awareness about their financial situation holistically so that they can learn better behaviors to take care of themselves.
So is it more on like improving on the way we communicate, or is it more of like coming up with new products like apps?
Well, it's more than that. The communication is important, products are important, but it's really about transferring holistic behavioral awareness. That means helping people to take care of themselves. Do you know what is risk? Do you know what is return?
Yeah.
Do you know the impacts if you buy too much or if you take a student loan that you cannot afford? So can you visualize it? So now technology gives you this chance. The last chapter of my Fintech bestseller, Fintech Innovation, is about gamification.
Yeah.
Gamification clearly is a technology topic. Can we use gamification principle to transfer to people knowledge about their finances and the best behavior to relate with banking? That would be something that has impact on the broader society and leverages up people's capability to take care of themselves.
Agree. So how are we able to like embed financial literacy into like our education system?
We've been talking about this at the Prudential stage. I was so flattered I could open the Prudential stage today on financial literacy and Fintech. Now, education is fundamental at school, so we need to start embedding into the school programs concept of banking and finance. But we need to reinforce this using technology with apps, with gamification exercises, which are important not just when we are kids, but also when we are grown-ups like me or millennials like yourself. So that is fundamental. I think that artificial intelligence will play a big role here, because artificial intelligence will enable us to access information about the financial problems, about financial products in a way that we can more easily understand them so that they are more transparent and more accessible. So it's basically a breed of financial education and artificial intelligence to make sure that we can digitize knowledge and embed it into gamification type of exercises so that they stay with us during our financial life, in our financial journey.
Other than the millennials who are actually able to receive financial literacy, then what about like the old folk?
I think there is a misconception that only millennials use technology. That is not really so. I met a couple of years ago on a flight from San Francisco to New York, Harry McCary, a good friend of mine he became, and he was the former CFO of the US Army. And Harry was at the time 92 years old. And when I asked Harry, how do you take care of your finances? You know what he answered? He said, I use the iPad. And I said, and when do you want to know more? He goes, I use Excel. And he's 94 years old nowadays, right? So I think that digital has the power to be accessible for everybody, not just to the millennials, and we see it every day. Think about people in their later days, they might be impaired in terms of their visuals, so digital will enable them to zoom in, so to retrieve information that they could not be capable of retrieving otherwise. So I think that we are going to move from solutions, banking solutions, that are addressing tiers of wealth, so retail people, affluent people, high net worth, ultra high net worth, to solutions which are around technology literacy. So people which are more inclined or less inclined, but everybody will be able to access digital by and large.
Someone actually said that like millennials now are like one click away from just investment, but the truth is they don't really understand how to invest still. I mean, even with like apps and like all the courses online, digitizing all the digital courses that can teach you on all the financial knowledge kind of thing. But people are still not really getting it.
Well, I think that when it comes to financial education, we need to make sure that we build the better behaviors. So we need to help people to experience financial risk without being exposed to financial risk. That's why gamification is very important. Financial literacy is not just about explaining what is an investment fund, what is an option, but it's about how do saving relates to investing, what is compounding interest, what does it mean in terms of the future, what about saving or buying an insurance for healthcare. All of these are financial problems, and we need to be capable of embedding them into a gamification exercise that explains it without being too much prescriptive. Now, the reasons why financial literacy is important is that we are truly one click away from doing many things these days. We can buy stuff, we can invest in Bitcoin without understanding the volatility of Bitcoins, and we do it just because it's cool. So it's so important that we build knowledge and behavior together with accessibility of financial services to make sure that we create sustained innovation, not just disruptive innovation, so that we create something that makes the financial ecosystem more robust and more anti-fragile for everybody.
I heard that you have a bestseller, like your book. Would you want to talk about it?
Well, basically, I recently published Fintech Innovation, which has a subtitle From Robo-Advisors to Goal-Based Investing and Gamification. So I try to explain the biggest shift which is happening these days in banking, which is a transformation from transactions to services, and technology is important to make sure that happens, not just to create disruption, but to create sustaining innovation. That means value for people and margin for financial institutions. If you want to know more about this, you can check my website, thepsironi.com. Right? You can find some videos and you can find material related to my literature.
And here's it in the Chinese form as well, right?
Yes, Fintech Innovation is also available in Chinese. If you read Simplified Chinese, you will find on the cover a Chinese character saying that I'm an American author. Now I am Italian, but it's the same.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.